Okay, folks, here's a quick review of the Injustice Green Lantern figure that was produced by Mattel as a part of the DC Comics Unlimited line of products. And I picked this up through Amazon.com for $15.97. So, as I said, when I previously reviewed the Injustice Batman, Injustice Joker, and Injustice Superman figures, I'm just not a big video game player, but I will say that these figures all looked interesting when I saw pictures of them on the web, so I decided to go ahead and add them into my collection. Now, I never saw this Green Lantern figure in my area, so I was glad to be able to find him for a good price on Amazon.com. Now, my initial impressions of the Injustice Green Lantern figure, they were very positive when I first got him out of packaging. Now, admittedly, I'm not an avid fan of the Green Lantern character, but I did read some Green Lantern comics in my youth, and I like the DC Universe animated movies about Green Lantern that came out on Blu-ray and DVD. Now, on the other hand, I will say that the movie starring Ryan Reynolds, I thought that was rather forgettable when I saw it on HBO last year. The articulation joints on this figure, they all worked very nicely. I had no problem in moving the head, the shoulders, the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hips, the knees, and the ankles. And it also appears that there's additional articulation just above the knees, and that also worked very nicely. One thing that I did notice is that his left forearm was inverted in package, so I advise you to be mindful of that issue. I was able to easily correct that problem, but I don't know if that was a problem with just my figure or if all the Injustice Green Lantern figures wound up like that in packaging. Also, the shoulder pads, they appear to restrict full 360-degree movement of the shoulders, but they don't appear to restrict the in and out posing options. And also, there doesn't appear to be any mid-abdominal crunch or waist articulation on this figure. The paint apps on this figure, they were very nicely done for the most part. I only found one minor chip in his hair, but no other appreciable errors to speak of. So let me pause here, zoom in, and I'll give you a closer look as to what the Injustice Green Lantern figure looks like. Okay. Now, there were no accessories included with this Injustice Green Lantern figure, but in this case, I feel that that's mostly forgivable. However, I wouldn't have minded getting maybe an energy construct or two, or maybe even a recharging lantern, as well as a figure stand. So what I'll do now is a quick 360 of the Injustice Green Lantern for you, and let you see what he looks like from all sides. So here he is from the front. Here he is from the left. Here he is from the rear. Okay, here he is from the right-hand side. Okay, and finally, here we are once again, facing forward. So overall, I have to say that this figure isn't too bad, and I do like it. The lack of waist or mid-torso articulation, that is a bit of a downer with this figure. However, I will say that I do like the look of this Injustice costume, and the articulation joints on the figure worked nicely, but just keep in mind that potential left forearm packaging mishap. So therefore, I think that the Injustice Green Lantern figure, this deserves a good bordering on great recommendation. I do think that it is a good figure to have in your DC collection, or if you're a fan of the Injustice video game. Okay, so on that note, take care and stay tuned for my next review. Have a good one.